Starving is not the answer. Why not? Well, they tell you if you want feedback, you've got to measure something. So I measure myself every day because it gives me feedback. Now, recently, the measurements were telling me that my generally stable normal had now moved upwards. And I had to reassess what caused it. Okay, assessment number one. I made a decision to have more proteins in my diet. And in doing so, it meant that I was feeling fuller and eating less. So instead, I found myself now eating twice a day instead of my usual 3 times a day. What that tells me is that my calorie intake was not sufficient for my needs. And in doing so, and because I didn't balance it out with taking more fats, in which case I would really become, keep up my calorie count and burn fats instead of carbohydrates, but my calorie count was not being made up with anything, either complex carbohydrates or fats, which meant that not realizing it, I was starving. The equivalent of starving. That's exactly what starvation is. Not taking enough calories for your needs. So in doing so, what happens? I go on intense workouts, but I only feel like eating 2 meals a day, and I don't eat late at night. So what happens? My weight is going up and I'm thinking, what's happening? So I said, okay, you have to think back. You have data. What have you done that has changed? And the grand result is not the problem, not what I started out to solve, eat more protein. It was my approach to it. I was not making sure that I was taking enough to feed my body. And anytime food came into it, it's behaving as if it is starving and holding on to it as fat. It doesn't hold on to it as anything else. It holds on to it as fat. So that is why I keep on telling you the solution is never going to be starvation if you want to lose some of that extra weight, belly fat, whatever it is. The solution is the proper diet in the proper proportions. Okay, that's my thing for today.